it's time of change. We're in the big shift. I mean, something we cannot deny. There's a lot of feelings people are having. Some people are scared or worried or saddened by what they're seeing on the news, what they're seeing on their media feed. I'm not one that watches the news, but I am in the know. And I get enough images to know there's a lot of people out there struggling. There's a lot of things happening on the planet. And I know it's uncomfortable. And I know it's horrible to see, and it hurts our heart. It hurts because many of us are empathic and we can feel the pain. We can feel the distress people are going through. But what is most important in these times is to keep your vibration, your frequency as high as possible. So if you're one of those sensitive people who can look at a picture and feel, who can hear and feel, who can feel it in the energy, because as I mentioned before, we're all sharing the same air. When I exhale, someone across the world is going to inhale that breath about 24 to 48 hours after I let it go. So we're sharing air, we're sharing water molecules, and all those molecules hold memory of what's happening. I believe that's how trees communicate. How trees might understand what's happening in different parts of the world, because as they're pulling in air, they're getting a read from what's happening. Trees, animals, they're all 5D beings. They're all 5D consciousness. We're 3D at this time, and we're making our way into more of a 4D. And some of us are moving faster than others, and there's no right or wrong because we're all on our divine path. We have our divine timing. For most of you that are watching this call, I'm assuming that you've awakened. And we don't want to awaken all very abruptly, because when we do that, it's like breaking an egg and all of a sudden this light comes in, and it can be very disorienting, can actually cause people to lose their minds. So how do we heal? Once we awaken and start to realize, hey, there's more to life, there's more to what I am. What am I? What am I supposed to be here for? What am I supposed to be doing? Well, when you start to have those questions and start to open up, you're going to notice synchronicities start. You're going to bump into the right person. You're going to hear a podcast. This book is going to be given to you. It's quite amazing how the universe is going to guide you into the next step that is perfect for you. I've been on a healing journey for 15 years now. I'm still learning and growing, and I'm not perfect. I still have work to be done. I still have worries. Now, I always say I have no fear. I don't have fear of dark entities. I don't have fear of that stuff that used to scare me. I understand it. I understand how powerful the light is, and that doesn't scare me. But sometimes I do get a bit of a worry in my heart. How is humanity going to pull out of this? I know they will. But how many people are going to be hurt, and how many people are going to pass on? How many families are going to be torn apart? And then when my mind gets there, I'm human. So I'll start to go into panic mode too. But then I remember what is the most important thing to do. It is to hold my vibration as high as possible. So when I feel low, or when we feel low, we're in a lower vibration. We're in this, down here it's dense and it's heavy and it hurts, and we're being bombarded by things coming into our field and our minds, our thoughts. But what happens when you do the work and you lift, and you're lifting to that frequency where you can feel God's love, where you can hear the singing of angels, when you can hear those positive notes and messages that you're loved, you're important, hold the light, keep going, you got this. I learned that at a very young age as a child. I could see dark beings, I could see the angels. Now, I much prefer to see the angels, but when my mood was sad, when I was scared, I moved into a completely different reality that was completely terrifying. I used to have the red men, I used to have devils, I used to have all those horrific things that we see on movies around me, telling me I was no good, get rid of yourself, leave this planet. And I'm like, why are these things telling me to die? I'm like, I was such a young kid. But what I realized, it was just part of my training. What I realized is sadness, fear, worry, all brought in the dark beings. Now, I didn't understand vibration or frequency then. I did not understand it. But what I did understand is if I was happy and enjoying life, like innocent and fun and wonder and excitement, that's where I could see the angels. That's where I could hear them. And that's where I knew my magnificence. So I knew I came here with purpose. I knew what I was here to do. But they made it so clear to me. But when I shifted into that lower frequency, I was told the complete opposite. You're worthless. Get rid of yourself. Do this, do that. You don't matter. No one cares about you. And it felt so real. So I had my training very young. Now, what my struggle was learning to hold my vibration when I had that sensitivity to other people's emotions. So now here I am, a happy kid, and I'm going into a party and there's one of the kids that's sad. Now, it could be a party, but if there was one person in that room that was sad, all of a sudden my heart would hurt. I'd have to find them and go sit with them and ask them why they were not feeling good. And actually, I remember in one party, this just came to me today. This girl was really sad. I'm like, why are you so sad? We're at a birthday party. And she said, my mother bought her a really ugly gift. So when they come to opening gifts, she's going to hate mine. And everyone's going to laugh at me. And I'm like, seriously? You're that worried? Why don't you just ask her to hide the gift, not open it later and apologize, or, that your mom bought it, and then enjoy the party. So that's what she did. We went to the parents, explained the situation. They took the present away, and then when it came to, the girl had a good time after that. And then when it came to opening presents, they made up something that so-and-so already gave the present. It was beautiful. So to every thing that seems so big, there's always an option to have a better outcome. But we have to be open to a better outcome. We have to ask for a better outcome. And I believe through my journey, I had to do lots of work. And I know when I say I need to do lots of work and I need to do my work, and my dog's really excited and he's probably sensing something. Hero, please settle down. Good boy. Thank you. He's not really listening. Okay, well, this is odd for him, so we're just going to let him be, and he'll eventually settle down. Thank you, Hero. So when we are going through our healing journeys, our awakenings, when I say you need to do the work, I am so adamant that you need to do the work. There is no magic wand that's going to clear away your traumas. And I know people wish there was. And truly, I wish I could easily say, bang, 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 we're all healed. But humanity has created the mess we're going through right now. And I'm going to go into a lot of the things we're seeing. So right now, I'm just going to say it out there. I know it might hurt a lot of people, but we're just going to be real here. But the good thing is we get to send all this love. And you can start sending them love as I speak about them. But we're going to get into that big healing wave of light that's going to go and surround and love everything. But we have wars happening. Now, these wars started through the dark energy trying to get us down. They were hoping for a much greater war. But how many countries said, no, this is wrong, we're not jumping on board? Many countries said, no, we're not getting involved. So it's not a World War III. There are pockets in the world that are very unsettled right now. What can we do? We can send them love. Because everything that's happening, whether it's the darkest of the dark or the lightest of the light, it's all part of divinity. We cannot leave anything out. Then we have a lot of things happening in the world, natural disasters, storms, like someone mentioned in the chat in Florida. There was California fires. There's flooding in California this summer. Toronto had flooding. That's kind of something new. I don't remember that ever happening. There's a lot of shifting and changing, and that's the earth releasing her energy. Now, I read a lot, I get downloaded a lot, I listen a lot to podcasts, so I don't know where I know this, but that negative energy that's been inside Mother Earth for these thousands of years has to come out. It has to release, just like we need to release our negative energy and bring in light. So what Mother Earth can do is sometimes volcanoes let that big eruption. Now, hopefully, volcanoes can be done in the sea where they're not going to hurt anyone, where no one's going to be hurt. But there are areas of this world that are having exceptional weather. Some places are too dry, some places are too wet, some places are flooding. Some people have lost lives, people have lost homes. So when we look at our state and we have access to internet, oh, Poland, it says someone here that Poland had a flood. So I know I'm from Malta, my parents are from Malta, and they had extremely hot temperatures. It's the weather's changing and we're changing. We can't deny this. We're being hit with solar flares. A lot of energy is coming to the planet Earth, or the whole galaxy, shifting into a different place in space where we're having a new radiation, which is okay. It's helping us heal and evolve. Humanity is going through these huge changes. Our spiritual DNA is being activated. There are people who feel like they're losing their mind. There are people who are feeling very uncomfortable mentally, physically, emotionally. Old hurts are coming up. Old memories are coming up. People are frustrated. You can see people like want to fight. And I just heard people like this person wanted to argue with me. Okay, well, you know what? In those situations, those people are fighting the energy and they're angry. You don't want to go up and one-on-one with them. Leave their field if you can. Use your discernment. Send them love from a distance. You want to be safe in these situations. And then some people will say, well, there was a shooting here and this happened. How can we explain these things? There's, when we come into natural disasters, why was this person affected? Why wasn't this person? Why this happened? You really have to take it on a one-by-one basis on why each soul was affected. We don't know why they may have been in a shooting when they were a high vibrational person. We don't know why a light worker who's doing so much work suddenly has a heart attack and dies. That's up to their soul journey. We don't want to judge it. Death, I know it's hard from a 3D perspective. It is a transition into a new form. And it can be looked at as a blessing, but the people that are left behind feel very confused by it. They feel very hurt by it. Why did this happen? Why are these people suffering? So the good thing about this is we're all coming together every Tuesday, and we are sending out tremendous amounts of light to ourselves, our family, our friends, and then we send it out to the world. And then we even go beyond that. We're sending it to the universe and beyond, but we're weaving it through Mother Earth. And all those people who are going through turmoil, despair, sadness, lack of food, arguing, they feel unsafe. Then you have all those people, then you have all the animals suffering. There's so much suffering going on the planet. And for us empaths, we're feeling it. And we're being bombarded by the solar flares, the new moons, the eclipses. So much happening. So that's why I created this 8-week course. Now, I'm throwing this out there because I know there's many of you out there, or maybe you have friends that are suffering and they don't know what to do. The key is you need to do work every day, even when you feel good. Because imagine you're in high vibration, you're feeling good, you're holding the light for everyone. Well, if you don't take care of your energy field, we are in the darkest of the dark right now, but also the lightest of the light. Meaning, if you do the work and you do what's necessary to raise your vibration and heal trauma and bring in light and do all that stuff, you're going to get into a better place where you can ride this wave. But if you think, oh, I'm feeling good today, not doing the work, you're going to start being bombarded, but you're not keeping your field clear, not doing those things that can help you keep your vibration high. And you're going to start to feel less good, until you're so out of sorts. Right now on this planet, we're in the time of huge change. We're in the shift. And there's a lot of people that don't want to believe it. There's a lot of people that just want to look out those lenses. Nothing's changing. We're going through huge changes. And I'm not here to elicit any fear, because I am not fearful about the changes. I know we're going to make it. But why not ride the wave so you make it with more peace, love, confidence, that although we're going to the unknown, we're going to be okay. Nobody said the ascension process was going to be easy. Nobody said having an awakening was going to be easy. You start to reflect on everything that's happening in your life. Why is this happening? Why did that person say this to me? Why am I doing this? Why am I feeling bloated? Why am I doing that? There's so many things. Why am I craving this food? Why are these old hurts coming through? Why do I get angry when I see that person? Why am I being triggered? Why am I crying for no reason? Why can't I sleep? Why do I have brain fog? Why do I have nausea? Why do I feel ungrounded? Why is my body quivering? A lot of this are the awakening signs. I always say, hey, see your doctor. Because you know what? You might have an ailment that they can help you with. But if they say, you know what? Everything's okay, and you're still having these uncomfortable feelings, a lot of it has to do with the ascension process and our healing. So this course that I'm starting on I call it 1017 because that's one of my favorite numbers, because 1017 means you're moving in the right direction. You're following your guidance. You're hearing the call of angels. You're hearing the call of your intuition. So whenever I see 1017 on the clock, I love it. And I ended up choosing 1017, not realizing it was actually 1017, October 17th. So it's also on the Hunter's Moon. I've had all these wonderful signs from the universe saying, let's get together. Let's get a great group of people together. And the reason I want to do this course, the reason I'm actually being guided to do it, is because so many people have sessions with me and I tell them, you need to do the work. What is the work? Okay, the affirmations, using EFT. I teach it all the time and then nobody uses it and it works so phenomenal. There's so many things you can do. So what I've decided is, if you're stuck talking to me for 8 weeks and I'm going at you, come on, let's do this. I am assuming, I am knowing, I am feeling that it is going to instill habits that you're not going to let go, because it's so important to do at least 15 minutes of your work on yourself each and every day. That's 1-5. Now, as you, and there's a few of you out there that work with me quite often, and you become these people that do much more than 15 minutes a day, because sometimes we can feel we need it. Because of what I do and because of what I need to be in the best form. Now, sometimes I'll have a negative thought. And when I have a negative thought, I know something's up. That negative thought is not coming from me. But how did a negative thought come in? All right, hold on a second. Where's my vibration? I'm constantly checking myself out, feeling where I am. You know what? I'm starting to feel wobbly. Now, I'm up here. I like to stay up here. This is where I love to stay. Why? Because it's the frequency of love, joy, appreciation, excitement, passion. I love being up there. And people will say, well, Brenda, you make it look so easy. It's not easy. I work at it. And then I'm dealing with other people who are wobbling and they're down. And I have to be compassionate. But I can't be empathetic to drop down to their level. I gotta hold myself up high and say, come on, move up. I'm pulling them to the best of my ability as far as I can take them. But they need to do the work as well. We all need to do the work. There's no magic wand that's coming to save us. We don't just ascend and go to heaven. Because, hey, if people are doing that, that's when you pass away, you'll go to heaven very quickly. But the ascension process is to bring the love of God onto planet Earth through us. This is the vessel. These 3D bodies are pretty dense. And what we're doing is we're releasing darkness. We're bringing in light. We're releasing darkness. We're bringing in light. We heal layer by layer by layer by layer. And I know people are like, oh my gosh, how many more layers do I have? How deep does this root go? We are multi-dimensional beings. We have different lifetimes that we are connected to. And we can look at them as past lives, future lives, parallel lives. They're all happening now. As we heal, we're healing them. But sometimes this heavy stuff we're feeling isn't in this physicality, but we brought it in with our Akashic record saying we're going to be attached to this, this, this. So we feel this extra heaviness. My journey has been, I'm going to say, torturous. I'll be a little bit dramatic here. But I've had a lot to go through, and I still have these ways of where I'm like, okay, what is this? It's not mine. I've done the work. Where's it coming from? But then I'll go into meditation, and it's a past life I'm connected to. And some of you might be having experiences where you're actually feeling that past life. When I say past life, it's a past life, but it's all happening now that you're connected to. There's really no such thing as time. But for ease sake, you can say it's a past life or a future life. And you can feel that trauma, that aspect of your oversoul went through, and you're pulling it into this life. So we're going through our own healing, recalibrating to new energies, opening up our spiritual DNA, allowing our cell memories, holding traumas, belief systems, that whole programming. You're not good enough. You're not magnificent enough. Don't think you have power. All that information we were fed in the 3D realm, in the 3D grid, they're programmed to say, you can't do anything. Just listen to what I have to say. But you're waking up now, and you're starting to listen to your divine guidance, which is in your own heart. And you're saying, wait a second. I was told this, this, and this. I don't agree with it anymore. And when you start to go and question people who you're kind of like, what you told me? I don't know whether it's your parents or it's a teacher or somebody else who you trusted. And what they're saying isn't jiving anymore. It's because you're starting to tap into your magnificence. I don't have to prove my work to anyone. I never force my ideas on anyone. If you don't like what I'm saying, it doesn't resonate, don't take it. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't listen to it. The messages that I get are very clear. We're all magnificent beings. We're all connected to God. God loves everyone. You can call God Source, Creator, the Maker. God is the energy of everything. And we are all a part of it. And we have this human template, which is magnificent. So I don't have to make you more magnificent. These calls aren't about making you magnificent. You're already magnificent. But what we do in these types of calls is your higher self prepares this icky layer. And it has thousands of things in it. And it could be 2% of this trauma, 5% of that, 100% of this one, 70% of that. It's this big mess. And you don't have to know what's in it. This is the cool thing in this age. We're releasing so much. We're healing so quickly as we can, as safely as we can, that we don't have to know. We don't have to relive everything. It just it releases. So we can say it, it releases, it dissolves, it transmutes, it does this, it does that. We might remember it, but we don't have that charge anymore. That negativity might still be there as a choice, but because we're lifting, we look at that choice like, no, not doing that anymore. So as we release that layer, what happens? Well, you get this beautiful love of God weaving through your essence. Every cell is lighting up. You feel more connected to who you are. You feel the love. That is that magnificence of you shining through. You become your authentic self. And how many of you are not your authentic self? I raise my hands. I used to be everything to everyone. The best wife, the best worker, the best friend, the best coworker, the best mom, the best this. And then you just like, you're everyone to everything. The best neighbor. All of a sudden, who are you? Inside of all those aspects of you, those different hats you wear, is a piece of your authentic self. But once you start to find that self-love, put up boundaries, have self-respect, heal from all those traumas, you then start to become more whole. You will then start to say, no, I'm not coming. Thank you, but no thank you. How many of you have done something in the last week that you didn't want to do, but you should have done it? You said, oh, I should do this, but I don't want to, but I should do it. Well, when you get to that, you know what? Never do something you think you should do. Do something that you want to do. I always say, it took me a while to get into that, right? I have to ask myself, should I do that? I should do this. They're expecting me to do this. But do I want to do it? No. So I started saying, nope, not doing it, not doing it, not doing it. Now, am I the most popular person now? No. But back in the day, Brenda, who doesn't like you? Everyone likes me. Why? Because I was everything to everyone. Now ask me, who doesn't like me? I have a list of people that don't like me, and I'm okay with it because I'm the happiest I've ever been. I am the most connected I've ever been to my true self. It's about allowing your weirdness to show. It's about allowing your magnificence to show. Who cares if it's weird? Weird is cool, right? At least that's what I'm saying to myself. It is what it is, but I'm out here. I put my heart on the line. I'm doing this stuff, and I do my best to help empower people without the fear content. Because there's so many people out there getting massive ratings, but when I listen to them, I just feel the fear. Why are they causing so much fear? We're all in this together. As I heal, human consciousness heals. As you heal, human consciousness heals. So wouldn't it be better to send love, hold the light so people around us heal, and then they can send love, and all of a sudden we have this popcorn effect around the world of people getting out of fear and moving into love, and then we get into a higher vibration on this planet, and then what happens? We can snap out of this. The reason we're in this chaos is because we're focusing on the negative and getting pulled in, then we go into the positive. We're going, it's like this wave of, when we can say, let's go within. Let's do the work. Let's balance ourselves. It's all about psychological balance. If you can master your mind, your thoughts, you've kind of mastered life. And yes, there's going to be healings along the way. We're very multidimensional. We do have to heal. But as we do it, we're going to be guided by our higher selves. We're going to be guided by divinity as we're moving through. We can't move as faster than we want. I know we all want to be there. Trust me, I want to be there too. I want to be in the new earth. I'm so there. But it's all divine timing. Where we are is perfect and evolving. Remember that. Hold it deep within yourselves. Where I am is perfect and evolving. I'm okay where I am. And if I still have fear sometimes, it's okay. I get it. It can creep in. When we see images and all this stuff happening in the world, it can be fearful. But know that it's happening because human consciousness is evolving, and it's a stage we have to go through to get to the other side. But it's the work. Do the work. All right. Now, I didn't mean to get into such a lecture there, but I believe it's something that we all need to hear. I'm sure anyone listening to this call is a light worker, an old soul with a passion to heal. And when you heal yourself and you hold the light, you're doing such a fabulous job. Thank you for joining today. We are going to get into the healing part.